There we go. All right. It is June 29th, 2021. We're here in lovely Detroit. Lovely down or it's in suburbs of Detroit playing some golf here at Detroit Country Club. I went down some rabbit holes on this course. I don't know if I'll get into all that because some of it's pretty problematic, but fun little tournament. Fun ending last year. I think this is Nate Lashley won this 2 years ago. He's the guy I bet against last week, and my matchup won by like 17 strokes. So obviously he's not in the same form that he was when he won this a couple years ago. But yes, here at Detroit Country Club, getting ready to tee off. And Pam, how we doing? Oh, I think I lost Pam now. Look at that. My cameras went all wonky. She's gone. I'm going to tee off. I'm going to talk about it anyway. Who knows what happened there? Technical difficulties. Either way, par 72-ish. 7,300 yards. If I put my head like, oh my God, look at this. Peeking in from both. Yeah. Course record, Horton Smith. Don't Google him. He's, there's some issues there. I think he's actually like, some of his name's been taken off the stuff here. Oh, this is a nice little chip shot. This is probably going right in the hole, actually. Eagle. There are some par fours. I was actually looking at eagles, and there have been some par fours that have been eagles here. And my producer's saying, I had my producer ask, or I had him check my sound. And I told him before the air, and he says, my sound sounds great. Obviously, look at there's Pam's back.
Sorry.
That's why I didn't mess with anything, because I knew you'd be back. Oh, the framing got a little goofy, but you're in there. Yeah, I just birdied the first hole. I talked about the length. I didn't do a lot of research on this course. There's not a ton to say. What can you say about this? I think you're in here twice now.
I am. I
I
closed the other one, so I don't know why.
Oh, there it is.
One of you should go away. Like, there's too many. There we go. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll talk about it. It's a shitty course. It's going to get the tar beat out of it.
Better.
There we go. No, just one Pam. One Pam is plenty. But yeah, it's not a good course. It's gonna get scored on. I think Bryson finished 23 below last year. Like, this is not gonna be one of those where you can cheer for the course. This is not a U.S. Open. We're not gonna have somebody struggling to get under par. Everybody's gonna score. Lots of birdie holes. Yeah. Birdie fest for sure. That's kind of what you're getting this time of year.
I'm calling it the cookie cutter golf course. It is just one of those layouts where every hole looks the same.
Yeah. And in fact, they have two courses here. I used the course record from the North course because it's mostly the North course, but they do use one hole from the South course. So kind of a goofiness, but I don't think that's like a handicapping angle. It's a normal length course. 7,300 yards. It's a 72. It's not hard. It's going to get scored on. And, yeah, there's some decent names here. Yep. So we offer right off the bat outrights. And we come up with these independently. So I get my outrights to the producer, all my bets. And then Pam sends hers in later, and I get hers to the producer. So we don't plan ahead, and often there are some surprises, but our outrights, a couple of them are funny this week. Sometimes we bet against each other, but yeah, if you want to talk about your first, who wins the tournament guy?
I'm going to go with Patrick Reed. I think that I look for this horse. I'm looking at players who can knock in some birdies, and he is 18th in birdie or better. Reed is 8th in strokes gained putting, and he is 35th in strokes gained on the approach, which tells me that he can use his iron shots to get it close to the hole and give himself some of those birdie opportunities, and he can capitalize on some of those opportunities. He did miss the cut at this course last year, but Reed did actually take 5th the year before, and a positive for him is he typically does not gain off the tee with his driver shots, but he has actually gained strokes off the tee in 3 straight tournaments. So if he can hold on to that, and he's pretty reliable around the green, then I think he has a good opportunity here to come out with definitely a top 20, maybe a top 10, and then if you're in the top 10, then I always consider you for an outright.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, I ended up on the same guy. Patrick Reed, again, soft spot for Patrick Reed. Like, he was my first big outright when he won his Masters, 50-1, if I remember right. I love the guy. He's hateable, yeah, I guess that, but so is Bryce. And yeah, his putting's been great. I'm high on putting this week. I was going to be high on putting, and then talking to some smarter people than they helped me to be even higher on putting. His around the green stats are great, just like Pam says. And yeah, just like, he's a good player. He should be priced like he is, like one of the favorites here. He has 5 top 10s and a win already this year. So, again, yeah, like I have him priced to be kind of his median finish, somewhere in the 6 to 8 range. So if he's going to be, a top 10 guy, same as you, I'm just like, well, I'm going to play this guy outright. So chalky, but again, like Bryson won this last year. I don't know if Nate, I really doubt Nate Lashley was chalk. In fact, I'm guessing he was very much not. So I'd love to look up what the odds were for that. Or my boss there, Reed, says he spells his name wrong. It's his last name though. That's different. He doesn't have to spell it the goofy way with the I like you. So Patrick Reed, 14-1. You should be able to find that just about anywhere. As for some reason I'm deciding to hit my putter from the fairway here, but things are going sideways on this course already. So long shots. I think we've kind of nailed this down where we're just done betting like 300-1s and stuff, and this has just turned into somebody way down the board and we're looking for them to get like top 20, top 10, something like that, which I'm fine with. Like, that's kind of worked out. I think it was Lebiota last week. I said top 30. He ended up top 10ing. We've had a few of these, so where'd you find for this one? Oh, I think you're muted.
No, I'm not muted.
No, now you're back. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. You just started talking.
We're in a storm, so it's probably the storm screwing things up again. In Austin.
Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that putt. Yeah, Pam, decibels lost 11. It did kind of just cut on in and out. I'm not sure if what. Well, now you're fine. It's like you touched your headphones. It was all better.
Oh, let's see. Maybe that's it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now you sound great. It threw me off so
Okay.
much. I missed it. I missed a putt too.
I'm sorry. Oh, my bad.
That's all
You'll get it back on the next one. But no, I think my long shot is going to be Jason Day. He's typically a guy that I like to fade. And so I'm calling him a long shot for that reason alone. But I think, and as a top 10, to put a player in the top 10 correctly, especially somebody like Jason Day, yeah, that's a long shot to me. But I'm trying to catch him on a hot streak. Last week was the first time that he gained strokes putting in his last 7 events. So typically when he gains putting, they come in bunches. He'll gain in 4 straight tournaments, 5 straight tournaments, and then he will miss strokes. He'll lose strokes putting in 7 straight. So he lost in the last 6, and then he gained in his last one. So I'm trying to catch him on one of those hot streaks. He took 44th at the PGA Championship, and then last week he took 10th at the Travelers. Use some of that momentum into this week.
Yeah, and when he does get hot, I mean, he used to be just kind of old reliable with the putter. Like, this guy used to just crush all the time. So if he can get that form, so he's a guy who can putt well, and if he is, he'll play. Anybody who can putt well is going to play here. It's going to work out. So I went with, I love this picture. Like, some of these pictures that the tour has for these guys. I guess this is just how Pat Perez looks, honestly. And if you watched any of the coverage the other week, his dad was on TV. So he runs some sort of golf charity too. So Pat Perez, top 30. I'm probably going to look at some top 20 on him too, but I took it easy on it. Top 30 plus 270. He missed cut last week, but he had a top 10 before that. And really, with the putting, I'm looking for some guys who've had some, not like full-on outlier. I'm not looking for somebody who just like gained 10 strokes off the, on the dance floor, but somebody who can have some weekends like that where they are just putting great. And another guy, I think his price is getting penalized a little for just being a little bad off the tee. I'm not sure that matters as much here. So he's an above-average putter. His approach games and he ranks really highly in greens and regulation found, which is going to play well on a place where you're going to need to score, again, like 20 under to be in contention. I'm not sure what top 30. Top 30, I mean, if you end up like 10 under for the weekend, that's probably close to top 30. So plus 270 on him. And yeah, and also just like bogeys avoided, he was fairly high up in that metric as well. So he's a guy I like to score, maybe never be in contention, but sneak into this top 30 over the weekend. And I love his picture. He just cracks me up. He looks like a golfer. He looks like somebody I'd see out at my course on the weekend. All right. I am on the 7th hole, 5 under. I could be better. Things could be going better, but matchups, Pam. DeChambeau. Oh, your sound cut again. It's killing me. I will blame the weather too. I don't care. Well, I'll talk while you're figuring that out. I think I'm driving the green in 2 here on this 5. Are you back? Now you're back. You. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I can hear you now. Not sure how far back I should land this 3-wood. This feels like it's going to skate for a while.
I don't hear you at all now.
Oh, you're back.
What is happening?
It's that Austin weather.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. Yeah, if you want to talk about your matchup.
We're going to...
Now you're gone again. This is not that long of a par 5, Cal. Oh my God, if I sink this putt, my God, I missed it. Yeah, your sound kind of cut out again. Not sure what's going on with that mic. You got a big fancy mic. All right, we'll go just birdie putts here, I guess. Drive the green, miss the eagle. Not great. This is eagleable. Like, someone's going to end up with an eagle here. Are you back, Pam? Oh. No, now you're fine. I have no idea what's cracking. Like, it just kind of comes in and out.
I'm just not going to move. I'm going to not move.
Yeah, don't move at all. All right, DeChambeau over Matsuyama. I've never had to scrap one of these before, but it is. We're losing her again. I'm just going to keep playing. Pretend like I can hear her. Now I can hear you giggling. I have no idea why it cuts out like that.
I have no idea, but all I can do is say that I'm taking Bryson DeChambeau minus 150 over Hideki. Bryson, somebody who can putt. Hideki, somebody who cannot.
Yeah, and I will be. I think I got a little hole far ahead on these holes. I actually bet on Matsuyama over Webb Simpson, and yeah, same thing that Pam just said. Like, if Matsuyama doesn't putt well, it's going to go bad, but he's a major winner. He's a good golfer. If this works out and he putts well, he's going to play well. And really, this is more of just a Webb Simpson fade. Like, Webb Simpson is either going to play really well, end up doing well at this tournament, playing and ending up near the top of the leaderboard, or he's going to be out. Like, either his neck is broke or it's not. If he's playing, I bet on him the other week, he played like shit. If his neck is still shot, he's going to miss the cut. Like, this is Matsuyama plays average golf. He beats Webb Simpson if his neck's hurt. If Webb Simpson's neck's that hurt, this is dead. So, minus 110, I'm willing to play this. And I'm going to sink this putt. For a birdie. Look at that.
Birdie.
So, yeah, we ended up against each other on a few of these. We'll go to your matchup here. This is somebody I bet in the top 20 market. Somebody's almost talked me into betting a outright on this now too. But Doc Redmond, how'd you end up on him today?
Well, I think if you look at Emiliano Grillo and how he has done recently, he's not doing too well. He is one of the worst putters. He's team no putt. He on Benpo of the greens. He has lost strokes putting in every single tournament that he has played. And Redmond is the complete opposite of that. And he's actually done pretty well this season. I think he's starting to come back into form. He has spurts of greatness. He took 9th at the Byron Nelson. He took 2nd at the Palmetto. He is losing strokes off the tee, but his iron shots are there and his putting are there. That's exactly what you need for this course.
Yes, exactly. I'm fine with that. And yeah, Doc Redmond's somebody I'm going to be backing in this tournament. I think he was a top 20 I put up yesterday. Doc's fine. And now I blame those headphones, really. Like, you sound great now, and it hasn't cut out at all. So really, I am...
Okay, perfect.
You
Changed them.
might want to just sue those headphone maker. I ended up on... this is really down the board for me, but I asked somebody I trust who makes better numbers than me on golf, certainly about this. And I said I make Troy Merritt over Sepp Straka like minus 135. He said I make it minus 141. So I was happy that it wasn't the other way, because usually there's some disagreement sometimes with people who are smarter than me. But yeah, this is not a lot to say about these guys. They're way down. But Merritt, he just a lot better short game overall, not only putting, but around the green as well. Worse off the tee, but his accuracy on the fairways hit is very high for the field, and the opportunities gained is pretty high for the field. So, his short game's good, his putter's good. If he's finding the green, if he's finding opportunities, and the putter just stays as good as it's been, he's going to end up playing well. And then, just Sepp Straka's way down the board on everything, especially compared to Troy Merritt. So, Troy Merritt, not a guy I'm sure I've ever bet before, but he made it here because it's Detroit. All right, I think we're on. I got a little wonky there with the play because of the tech difficulties. I was a little worried about how fast I was playing or how slow, but I think I'm right. We're on the 11th hole, and it's make and miss the cut time, which is my favorite. Although these markets, sometimes they offer a bunch, and then sometimes it's like, oh, I have to pick somebody to miss. I'm not betting minus 250 to make the cut here.
Last week, I took Max Homa to miss the cut, and it cashed.
Yes.
This week, I'm taking Max Homa to miss the cut, and I hope it's going to cash. He has missed the cut in 6 of his last 10 tournaments. He has missed the cut in 5 of his last 6 tournaments that are on Bent POA Mix. He is just in a big slump. He's another team no putt. He does terrible. He loses lots of strokes, both around the green and putting, and you just can't do that at this course. And his iron shots, the best part of his game, have been off. He's both losing strokes and gaining strokes. He just can't find really good form right now. So I like his opportunity at plus 150 to miss the cut here again.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Cal says Straka's hot in the DFS streets. Well, the DFS streets, you have to be contrarian. That's how that works.
Very different.
You can't be just picking the guys to win. I kind of did the same thing where I end up looking towards the bottom of this field or the bottom of what they offered for miss the cut. And Bubba, as well as he played, like, truthfully, I just looked for people who could fail with the putter. Like, a lot of these names that they gave me outside, and Homa kind of did pique my interest there a little, but, like, Bubba ended up near the bottom of, I kind of made a little mini model just for putting and tried to weight it more recently. Bubba's putter could fail him. Like, again, I don't think being a long hitter is going to be a huge advantage here. I mean, it's an advantage everywhere. Being a long hitter helps. Like, you're going to have short approach shots, but everybody off the tee here is going to be fine. So, mostly looking at on the green and around the green stuff, and Bubba was one that he kind of hit that spot where it's like, all right, this guy could fail once he gets close. So, Bubba to miss the cut. Same price? Were they both plus 150? I think so.
Mine was.
I think Homa was. So same. Parlay those if you want. That's probably negative correlation. Don't do that. So, and here's where it did get weird again. Again, we put these in independently, but Satoshi I'm not even sure if I got his name super right, but Satoshi Kadera. I want to throw the I in there. But top Asian, we have Matsuyama obviously at the top of this field, and then a few others. But where did he end up? Like maybe 6th favorite here?
Yeah, there are 9 players in this group, and he is the 6th favorite. It is Hideki Matsuyama, Sungjae Im, Siwoo Kim, Byung Hoon An, Keon Hoon Lee, and then it's Satoshi Kodera, and then a couple of guys, 3 right behind him. But I like him for this week because he is doing really well as of late. Need to minimize my screen. There we are. His odds, what odds did you get?
13 to 1 it was.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, he is probably the more consistent player in his last 5 rounds. He took 11th, 13th, 19th, and 36th at the Travelers. He typically gains off the tee, which is good. Not a lot, but he's like pretty neutral. and he has gained strokes putting in his last 4 events. So that's exactly the type of player that we want. Somebody who has like a hot putter right now, really good off the tee. Can you get it close? I like his chances.
He had that stretch there too where I played him in like a matchup. That was it. And then he had a stretch of golf there where he went like birdie, 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 par, birdie, birdie, and all of a sudden he was like, in contention. And again, we weren't even to the weekend yet, but there was a little bit of me regretting like, oh shit, should I have played this guy like top 10 or outright or something? Is he gonna win this? And he's still Satoshi Kodaira. It's I don't know. Maybe he can be in contention. Anybody can just get super hot and shoot 20 under here and be in contention. So I ended up on the exact same thing. Again, I did back Matsuyama in a matchup, but if he can't get the putter going, it's super wide open. I'm not a big Sung JM guy. Siwoo is good, but 5-1's not enough for me. Benny An at 10-1. Kun Hoon Lee. And then, the last 3 are KJ Choi, Sung Kang, and Lahiri. So, although we did dismiss, like, the guys towards the end aren't going to do anything. That's who won Top Canadian last week, was the guy at the very, very bottom. But Satoshi, Satoshi's my guy. Bet on him last week. Going to bet on him again this week. 13-1. I like this one a lot. I think this is there is some value on some of these people down the board, because this is, like we just saw with Canadians, like, the Canadian who won it was 11 or 12-1 out of a 5-man group there. So any given weekend, some of these guys can play, and he is playing as well as any of these guys right now. So I'm down with that. Hole in one. I almost made one earlier. One of these times when we bet yes. Oh my gosh, I'm on a par 3 right now. I'm going to have to zoom in and really make this a good one. This is going to carry 4 yards. So we both ended up with yes. You put this in. You had confidence this week. One other email you sent, you're just like, I'll just play what you're playing. Like you were having no hole-in-one confidence for a while. And Bitcoin's doing well. Skipped right over the hole.
An easy enough course. You have some bombers like DeChambeau. You have some precision golf guys with their iron shots here, and the greens. I think they're fairly I think the greens are simple enough that theirs can be a good roll in. Yeah, why not? Let's put it on. If typically, the favorite ends up covering, so let's do it.
Yeah, and even the dogs it's not like we've bet minus or plus, big numbers against. We went minus 200 the other week, and there was 2 within like a half hour. That felt good. There's a couple tough par 3s here, but even those, like, I got pretty close to that. Again, it's going to depend on pin location. I skipped right over the hole on that one. Like, I'm surprised I didn't hit the pin. So there's a 159 yarder. There's a 174. Ali, oh man, I struggle with this guy's name. Schnurns had one a couple years back, and actually Ricky Fowler has had one in practice. So these couple of short par 3s are absolutely hittable. You can get one on the bounce. So maybe you get one on a par 4 like we saw last week over on the other tour, but I doubt that. Maybe a couple drivable ones, but that'd be awful impressive. So yeah, there's 2 par 3s that are super
doable.
Doable, feasible to get one of these. So I went with the yes as well at +1 or minus 145. I think that was super expensive. So both minus 145. All right, this we said this was going to be a birdie course, a scoring course, and I feel like maybe I should have cranked up the wind or something, because I am 15 under through 16 holes. It's like mini golf level shit here, but these 5s are like so easy to get to the green in the second one. That'll be the foreshadowing here. But Wildcard, Pam's famous pancake bet.
I am going. This is a total feel bet. This is a total. I have actually no idea if it's going to happen. But Webb Simpson, you were talking about him earlier. I like him to finish in the top 10 at +225. The odds, they aren't great for a top 10 finish, but it is Webb, and we've seen him do really well in the past. And I say that it's a field bet because he's coming off a missed cut. He missed the cut at the U.S. Open, and every time that he has missed the cut, he took 4th, he took 5th, he took 10th, he won, and then he took a 12th place finish. So there's a potential here, coming off a miscut, that he could end up in the top 10.
Yeah, and again, like I said, I'm kind of in that spot with Webb where it's like, yeah, he either if he plays well, he's capable. I bet him outright to win a tournament like 2 weeks ago, or maybe no, it was 2 weeks ago. It's like, yeah, if he's playing as well as he can, he was 50-1 was lunacy on him, and of course he just played like shit. His neck was hurt, so yeah, this either cashes or you don't have to worry about this weekend. I think I'm still of that opinion. He's either feeling better and he plays really well like he can, or he's dog shit again.
And he does well at these smaller tournaments that have softer fields. The course is kind of easy. He does great at the easy courses. So this is an easy course.
Yeah, if there ever was like a slump buster for Webb, this is Detroit Country Club is going to be it. Hopefully the weather's nice up there. They had a lot of rain too, so if this course is playing nice and soft, it'll be easy for a nice way to ease your way back into society. I have gone with some goofy ones. I've done some top college. I think I've done playoff a couple times, but for my wild card, I ended up with Jason Kokrak to make an eagle in the first round. And again, you saw how I drove these par fives, and in fact, there have been a few people who've been able to hole out on some of these fours because they're not that long or not that difficult to find the greens on. He didn't play this last year, but he did play 2 years ago. He had an eagle in 2 of his 4 rounds. So plus 550 on that. This is a tough one. I bet this way back on. I think I took a couple people at a much tougher course to end up with some eagles at like 9-1, and boy, I actually like watched all the par fives they shot, just never worked out. So this would be my first like live eagle bet to get home. So plus 550, Jason Kokrak just needs to make one of these par fives happen for me on day one. I like a good day one too, like a first round leader or something, where I can just either win or I'd lose, and it's over on Thursday. I think this is over at FanDuel, if I had to remember right. I mostly just check FanDuel, DraftKings, WinBet, and PointsBet has nothing. They have just outrights, and that's it right now. So I shut that one off pretty quick. And yes, Drew in the chat, I do get a new item unlocked. It's an ugly checkered sweater. That's not too bad. No big deal. So quick recap. We ended up on Patrick Reed. We need Patty Reed to win. I'll be cheering for him. Hopefully, I'll be cheering for him at the Sheboygan Ryder Cup up there in a few months. Both on Patrick. Jason Day, top 10 for Pam's long shot. Me, Pat Perez, top 30. You went Bryson over Matsuyama. I went Matsuyama over Webb. We kind of have like a love triangle with Matsuyama, Webb, and Bryson there. We'll figure out how that works out. Merritt over Straka. Redmond had a nice plus number over Emiliano Grillo. I got my soft L's in there very nicely, I thought. Max Homa to miss the cut. Bubba Watson to miss the cut. We both went Satoshi to be the top Asian, stacking sats. Both went hole in one, yes. And then Webb Simpson top 10 plus 225. And Jason Kokrak, a very specific bet. Jason Kokrak to eagle any hole. He could chip one in on a par 4. Doesn't matter. 2 under on any hole in the first round. I shot a 55. That's hilarious. Like, that's comedy at this point. I think if I'd have been trying really hard, I could have got a 53. I feel like 20 under. I might play this one again tonight when I get home. Let my kid shoot from the red tees. I'll play from the tips again. So, Pam, if your audio's working, I feel like your mic just hates you tonight. Oh, you're fully on there.
No, I'm listening.
Yes. Well, that's why I just kept talking. I was like worried. Now I'm paranoid about it. But no, good luck to you and everything. Hopefully you get a chance to watch this. I know you're going to be super busy with Wimbledon, but hopefully some of these NBA series are just done so I can pay attention to tennis and golf this weekend before we get to the finals. And then Euros are taking a couple days off too, so I'll get a chance to pay attention to this, and maybe we'll catch up a little on Wimbledon if it stops raining over there as well. But best of luck to everybody. Thanks to the sponsor WinBet, and thanks for me and Pam. Good luck this weekend.
Good luck with your bets.